I have some time now between making meals and all of that to get a quick shuffle in. So let's see. Interesting. I'm just going to take a quick gander at these. Okay. Noted. Shuffling for 3. 1 fell out. Let's get 2 more. I'll talk about the cards that I saw. Let's just see the let's see the story. Oh my gosh, girl. Okay. A bunch fell out. I'm gonna put them back. Quite a lot of that is happening, which I find interesting. So we first have the 4 of Wands, then the 4 of Cups, and then the 3 of Wands. How sweet. A whole bunch of stories fell out there. We had the 2 of Cups, we had the 5 of Wands, we had the 8 of Swords, we have the Emperor, the Empress, the Star. You know, for those of... Oh my God, shut up. Okay, so 2 of those cards reappeared again. Remember I said the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands. They appeared again beneath. But then, I'm saying the name of the cards for the seasoned tarot readers or people who have watched other tarot videos and may have caught those cards in previous videos, just in case, so that you know and ground yourself in whether or not this reading is for you to watch. We have the Emperor, the Empress, the Star, the Devil. We had the 2 of Cups. This is quite interesting. I'm receiving a yearning. And I guess I keep receiving this because I think this is how it goes in the Tarotverse. A lot of people watching tarot are trying to find out about their future potential partnerships. I'm getting specifically the group of people who watch tarot in order to find out when it is that they will come into union. But I feel called now to let you know, or to probe you or prompt you to think deeper as to what is it about the idea of the union that you are so wishing for, in order to further understand and unpack that it's highly likely that what you actually want is a feeling of you want a feeling of safety. You want security, energetic security, not just emotional security, but like a holistic, all-encompassing security. Like imagine the emotional frequency of somebody who had a really incredible childhood and grew into life with their parents and both sets of their grandparents close by, and they saw them regularly, and they had siblings who they're close to. You know what I mean? Imagine somebody who comes from a holistically happy home, how well they are mentally, and how they, well, at least this is how I fix my mind. I imagine that someone who comes from a happy home doesn't yearn as much as the rest of us do. Oh my God, guys, some level of the way that we want relationships and the way that we want intimacy and all of that, the way that we crave it, it's really us just craving a sense of connection with our own self. I think we're also trying to evade a sense of apathy, maybe. This desire to be in relationship and connection. You're avoiding. It's quite dramatic, but you know that whole thing of how people seek out they seek out people to fill their own void because of how big the void is inside. Ooh. Ooh. But no worries, no worries. My bet is that with the presence of the Empress, the Emperor, and the Star, you will be very, very surprised by the amount of energy. So I'm getting, and this might be a little bit like, I don't know how this is going to be received, but this to me is giving a balance of a masculine, feminine energy. And the practical way that I can put this is, say you find yourself feeling apathetic, depressed, just disconnected from yourself, right? You then go through the process of allowing yourself to feel through that emotion honestly. And you get sincerely curious about where that feeling comes from, where it's rooted. It's kind of almost like taking yourself to therapy or being your own friend. You know what I mean? Being your own voice of reason, activating that sense of higher wisdom, that higher self wisdom within you, managing to be your own parent, being your own husband, being your own partner, whatever, being your own voice of reason through tough seasons of just bleh, dissatisfaction, confusion, not knowing where to go next. So it's that. You feel through the emotion, you be honest about the way that you feel, and you fix your voice to be able to say, okay, how do you want to handle it now? Where do you want to, hold on, baby, where do you want to take this? Where would you, okay. Where do you want to, I will, where do you want to take this, I'm trying to finish this thought. Where do you want to take this emotion? What do you want to do with it? How do you want to tend to yourself now that you have understood that you feel the way that you do about certain things? What would you like to do? How would you like to go about nurturing yourself from here? You know what I mean? Asking simple questions like that is to me the practical act of balancing the inner masculine and feminine within you and molding yourself to be entirely your own support structure, to be entirely what you need, you know, so that you're not yearning for connection, relationships, whatever, so that you're not yearning for anything for the wrong reasons. Let's shuffle from the intuitive tarot. Pull one way forward and close the reading. Yeah, perfect timing. Okay. I'm going to shuffle for one card and see. Cool. Page of Swords. So as I read the description of this card, I think what we can take from it is that this is the embodiment of this energy. A young person with extreme clarity of vision and the ability to express it. So if you're not young, then consider how clear you were and passionate you were when you were young. Real courage and endurance, the inner warrior, a skilled negotiator. Okay, coming. Yeah, that's the best that I'd be able to leave it at. If you can find this version of yourself within you, it might be easier to move through this. Grounding yourself. There's a new phase, a next phase coming that's going to bring you home to yourself. And it might look different from what you tend to manifest for yourself or from what you thought you wanted. Be open. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next reading.